Dirty
So I won't back down, and I won't give up, and I will act now, and I will stand up. They know that I'm here for it all.
Like, I've been through so many promotions. Some people are like, that's cool, that's great experience. And I'm like, it is, but it's also like, man, I feel like I've been just kind of thrown around and this and that. But it is a great experience because I fought the best of all these promotions. It's been an experience, but it's really nice to finally be like, call a place home. You know what I mean? Like, and I felt like home. Everything's falling into place so perfectly. I just got to keep my mind straight and do what I'm supposed to do, keep training hard. And I just know that I could be this new division champ. You know what I'm saying? I've only been to Vegas like once, and I was super young and dumb. So I would like to go back now that I'm a little more mature and, got my stuff together. So yeah, it'd be cool. Like now would be a good time to go.
Care to share what you got down to?
Yeah, no, like I literally fell asleep on the bus, like, and woke up at the like bus station, like the last stop.
Oh,
it was
man.
crazy.
Oh shit.
It was funny. I got lucky. Like, yeah, definitely dumb.
Did you know how to fight then? At the time?
I mean, not like technically, but I was definitely a little street fighter growing up. So probably could have took care of myself, but definitely got lucky for sure.
Yeah. It's interesting because people, and by the way, this is how the show goes. I just ease into things a little bit and then I'll do the introduction.
Yeah.
So,
Love it.
So yeah, no, I was surprised because I didn't know what to expect, because I'd never been to Vegas. It's just I made it a point to like stay away from the strip and everything for the first, what is it? Like, I think it took 8 days for me, and I was staying 5 minutes from there, and I hadn't been to the strip for the first 8 days because I was like, I need to have the normal life. If I'm gonna move here, I'm not gonna indulge. Let me just see what normal life is like. And at the same, it worked out. Like at the end of the day, I'm like, crazy of a place. No.
My hotel, I can't even remember what it's called, but I was like literally staying on the strip. It was the hotel. It had like a roller coaster and like a sphere on it or something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, I have a picture of that after a sloppy date.
It was so long ago, so I can't even remember the name or anything, but it was crazy.
Was it the one with the castle as well? I know because I've put it on my
I don't remember
stories before.
I went like probably like 12 years ago, or maybe like 10 years ago. I went like 10 years ago, so it was so long ago, but yeah, it was great. I was like on the strip. I remember like Beetlejuice was like walking down with like a whole bottle of rum or something. It was crazy. It was like people were getting arrested for jaywalking, but they were like handling liquors I'm like, that's awesome. It was like a whole nother world. It was weird. It was crazy. But I'd love to go as a mature adult now. I mean, as mature as I can be anyway. But yeah, like I would like to go as my mindset now, maybe have a little bit more of a responsible time, but fun, still. So yeah.
Oh,
and like appreciate the beauty. I didn't appreciate the beauty of Las Vegas. You know what I mean? I hear it's like beautiful there. So
yeah, you mean the outskirts as well, like the whole
nature. That's what I mean, like all that stuff. I mean, like, the party city part of it was. I just remember being in a party, whatever part of it. But I would like to go see like all the like whatever touristy type parts, or even like the old Vegas or whatever that's called, old Vegas.
Yeah,
that would be cool. Yeah.
There's so much I didn't get to do, and I think like part of it, I'm like manifesting it. I'm like, you know what? I'll make it a manifestation to be like, I'll be back, and I'll do those things.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Hopefully, I fight in Vegas with PFL now, and I can, explore a little bit. So,
aren't they going soon? I think I got an email just now because that they'll go to. Was it them? No. It's Bellator that's in Vegas this weekend.
Oh, really? That's cool.
They'll be going, I think. I'm going to PFL, covering PFL Europe, their debut like end of the month.
Oh,
it's
sweet.
in Newcastle, so yeah. So
I'm getting in there. That's cool.
Yeah, because we're saying this right now because Dirty Desiree Yanez, you just won the PFL contract.
Yes.
And it's their inaugural. It's their first flyweight. What do you call it? Class?
Yeah, division.
So to say, the division, and you enter the $1 million tournament, isn't it? Like,
yes,
that's just the way they do things, and I always like the way they move the needle. They are, I think, the ones that are pushing UFC the most and the biggest competitor. And you know, when you get competition, you're like sort of create change in the sport. So I don't know what are your feelings like?
Yeah, I mean, just in general, like, I don't know, you know, my teammates in UFC, and she says they take good care of her. So everybody has their like mixed opinions about everything, you know what I mean? But as far as my opinion, I know that where I'm at in my career and who I am, I know that PFL would take care of me better than UFC. You know what I mean? So I think I think for PFL, they don't pick like favorites, and they don't pick like, they pick who, you know what I'm saying? They pick who's going to go in there and throw down and do what they got to do to get the work done. And I think they saw that in me, you know, that night. So, that's what I love about PFL. They're not here to pick like Barbie doll, pretty girls or whatever, like girls who shake butt on Instagram. They're not here to do that. They want fighters. And I think that's what I love most about PFL. Not saying UFC is all like that. I'm not trying to talk trash either, but at the same time, you can just kind of tell my opinion, I can just tell the difference that it's not all about like looks and talking crap and trying to get like, you know what I mean? It helps obviously, but they want fighters. They don't want anything else. It's not for show. They want fighters. They want combat like artists. You know what I mean? And that's what I love about PFL. I just felt so welcomed. Like the moment I got there, it was like love. Like I already felt like I was a part of the promotion. Like I already felt like I was a PFL fighter. So it made fight night that much easier. And it was so smooth. Like the whole week was so smooth. Fight night was so smooth. It just was perfect. So.
Yeah, did it take like less pressure off of the fact that you needed to impress? So you're like, oh, they already like me, so
right, yeah.
I don't need to prove myself aside from just the fighting aspect of things.
100%. And like I feel like usually like for the bigger promotions, I'm like the one that they're trying to get in so their people can win. You know what I mean? Like I felt like with Bellator, I felt like I was like, they kind of threw me to the wolves and didn't expect me to come out and like hold my own, you know what I mean? So, and I just didn't really get that kind of treatment as like my opponent was getting, you know what I mean? Because they already had that favorite towards the.
You did feel that because.
You said what? I'm sorry.
Did you feel that because
Yeah, I mean, not really. Just I didn't at the moment, but like now that I see how a promotion actually takes care of like all fighters, it just was. I'm like, man, you know what? Like now that I look back at it, I kind of see how, you know what I mean? But it just was, it really is like, even my like fiance, he was in my corner and he was just saying like, this is the best like promotion so far. That's been just so like, I don't know, just energy wise was just different, you know? It was cool.
Innovating.
It was kind of nice to feel like they favored me, and I mean, not even me, but they favored all the girls. Like they just showed love, like took care of us. It was awesome.
Yeah, what it comes down to is like the fact that they run their promotion like a sports league, and that's what you miss in those promotions. What it's like. Yeah, because there's a system to everything. It's like you win, you get this amount of, like, so you get, what is it, 3 points for a win eventually when you get to like the tournament, and then it's like 3 points if you finish someone in the first round, 2 in the second round, and 1 in the third round. So it also like promotes finishing a fight, making it exciting, but at the same time there's fairness to the league. There's a point system, there is an advancement system. You know, it's not like, oh, this person is number 10, but they talk a lot of trash, they sell a lot of tickets, so they get to fight number 2, you know?
Right. Yeah, it's awesome. That's why, they're all about their business. Like I said, it's not like a popularity contest, even though people think it is. Like if it was a popularity contest, Katniss would have won. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's like, she has over 100K followers. She's beautiful. She's amazing. Like she's super marketable. And she won, and she put on a great performance. So like, if it was a popularity contest, it would have gone to her, in my opinion. You know, that's how I look at it. So it's not about popularity to them. It's about who brings the show and who brings like that, like, you know what I mean? It's just, and you could see that. So that's what I loved about them. Seriously, it was awesome experience. I'm so excited to now I can say that I'm a part of the organization, you know?
Yeah, that's definitely amazing. And you just so I'm low-key like one of your biggest fans, by the way. Like, you know, I'm always pushing you like towards like other fighters and everyone. I talked about it like about like when all the matchups were shown. I'm like, Des is gonna get the contract like before the fights even happen.
Thank you.
Because dude, like it's like, because sometimes I bring it up to fighters and they don't know you, and they look and they're like, she had a bit of a rocky career, right? I'm like, yeah, but this is one of those cases where it's like record watching, you know?
Yeah.
Like what? Look at the fights, like this.
Like,
you know,
look
she's
who
gonna
I
get
fought.
it.
You know what I mean? Like Vita Ortega is a beast, bro. And like I
Oh.
always tell people, like I didn't even underestimate her, because if you go watch her fight with Alimale, she could have easily won that fight if that cut didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Like if it would have kept going, who knows? Because she gave Alimale a little run for her money, like the first round. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh yeah.
I knew what I was getting myself into, but just the fact that I held my own with this chick and almost won, you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, my record doesn't look that amazing, but if you go see who I fought and why my record is that way, you know, I think I hate to, I'm not a cocky fighter, but I'm more proud of myself, just because when I get in the cage from now on, I always look back at like nobody I fought or hopefully will fight will ever be like Vita's level. Like, to me, she's number 6 in Bellator. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, she's been around. So like, that's how I've looked at every fight since her going into it. I'm like, she ain't Vita. Like, I know I'm capable of fighting top 10 of the world and being a champion, because I've already gotten to that level. And so it's, my record doesn't say it, but I've hung with the best already, you know?
I'm like, when you look at the fights as well, but
right. It's true.
It's there. I mean,
yeah,
also, like,
we're there. We're almost there. You know, we're getting it. We're learning.
And I think that's very interesting what you just said, because this is one of those insights that people probably don't usually get. It's like, you know, think about the names that you fought, and then get all the confidence from that. You know, eventually,
yes,
carry that
I do all the time. Yeah, and like, it's true, because I go and I look and I'm like, they are not these girls I fought in Bellator, and it's no disrespect to who I'm fighting, and I'm not underestimating them whatsoever, but it's like, I know if I go perform and I do what I'm supposed to do and I don't make mistakes, that I can beat her, because I've been in worse situation. You know what I'm saying? I've been fought harder and worse girl, or more like strong or whatever. So it's like, I know I can hang with the best. I've already done it. You know what I mean? And I've gotten better since then too. So I just need to keep improving, and who knows, you know, I could win $1 million. Like, it could happen. So it's like, it's exciting to think about, you know?
How crazy does that feel? Like, just knowing that maybe by the
really
end of the year, you're
like,
going to be a millionaire.
It just doesn't, it hasn't clicked yet, because I've been like, I don't even like say, I keep saying manifesting in every interview, but it's true, because I kept talking about it. I'm like, I deserve to be in PFL, because I know that that's the promotion. Like, I can see it, you know, and I just kept saying it over and over again, that's just, I know that's where I belong. Like, I don't know why, I feel it. I know I'm going to be the face of that division. And then it happened, you know what I mean? And then now it's like, okay, we're one step closer to what I said that we're going to do. The goal is to get $1 million. And then, like, you know what I mean? And then who knows, you know, keep going and get another million. And then who knows, you know what I mean?
Do the Kayla Harrison thing, you know?
Yeah, like, you know, and
every
she's
year.
such a huge inspiration. Like, that is literally who I'm trying to follow. And she watched my fight. Like, I went back and watched it, and she was like commentating a little bit. And it was just really cool just to get her like insight alone on what she saw about me. So I love that. And so it's exciting just to be in that same, like, you know, mindset with her, and just like follow her lead or whatever. So yeah, I definitely want to pull a Kayla. That is goals.
Yeah, I forgot what she said. Like, she had some good words. I was watching it from a hotel room in Dublin. I was at Bellator then in Ireland, and you know, it was it's interesting. Like, just the celebrity panel they have. They bring in the fan vote as well. Like, it's just that. It's like, I like that they experiment with these different elements, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and then, like, you know, you got your like crap talkers who want to like hate on that stuff, but it's part of the show too. They're making their own show about it too. But it's like, you got to think, these celebrity judges are athletes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they know what it takes to not only be a performer, but like what the audience want to see. Like, yeah, we got to go in and be fighters, but we also have to be marketable, and we also have to bring in those fights that people want to watch. Otherwise, we don't have a promotion to fight for. If no one's watching, you know what I mean? Then who we're fighting for? So I don't think people just understand like what all it takes to get in that cage, but it's a lot, and it is a lot of pressure. But if you go in and you have fun and you do what you're supposed to do, it shouldn't be anything but, you know what I mean, payday. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, but I also thought it was just fair. Like, that was a very fair assessment of who should get the contract, because Yeah, the first one was an upset finish in the first round, but it's like you didn't get to see. I like that they actually were like, you were in a war. You had to show very like all these layers to the game and everything. They take that into consideration, and that sometimes can, sometimes it takes a professional fighter, to sort of like understand that and be like, okay.
And they're building the division, so they want to see everything. And I think that's what I shown. You know what I mean? The first round I dominated. I showed cage work. Second round I showed good boxing, and then she got on my back and stuff. And I got out of that. And I think I showed, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. After I teed off on her after that too. And I think I showed a lot of just like grit and grind, and that I can fight from anywhere in any position and get out of things. And then the third round finished strong with some wrestling. So I think, yes, Lisa got an amazing finish and a huge upset, which is awesome. But, she showed the same thing first round, second round. And then, you know what I'm saying? So I think that was the difference between me and her. I think they still will eventually give her a contract, and me and her will definitely see each other in the future, which I'm so excited for. I know that's going to be a banging fight. But yeah, I don't think people understand like what it takes, like what it takes to run a promotion. Like, we want fast finishes always, but we also want 3-round, like, whoa, that was an amazing fight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, in my opinion, I think that we were fight of the night. You know what I'm saying? But not to hoot my own horn, but
no, I feel like, which is very weird, because like, what if you would have gotten the first round finish, you might actually not have gotten the contract. Right. So it's 100%. Very strange how it works out, but like,
and that was my, like, because my last fight before her, or this last fight, I got an 18-second knockout. So I was like, man, I really hope I kind of don't, for the first time ever, I will never say this again, but I hope I don't do that, because I want to show everything so I can for sure get that contract, and I did. So I'm kind of glad she had a chin on her. I'm not gonna lie, she had a chin on her.
Bro,
Mara had a chin on her, man.
She did for sure have a chin on her. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Is it just weird that, like, because now I'm getting anxiety just thinking about being in your position, and with all these things like playing in your mind as well? Like, does it like, do you shut it off eventually? Like, how do you shut it off, really?
It is weird. Like, throughout the week, you got a lot of like cameras in your face and things like that. Interviews going on before the fight, so you're constantly thinking about the fight. You don't have time to really just like go and hang and be like, okay, cool, we get to chill for a week before we go to battle. But yeah, there's times where like you gotta like love it. Some people hate the camera in their face all the time and stuff like that. And sometimes it's annoying. Like, I'm not gonna lie, but when you're 60 years old, you can look back at those times and be like, man, I appreciate, like, I don't have no cameras in my face now. You know what I mean? Like, so like I said, when I got there, it wasn't like the old me who was kind of like annoyed. I'm cutting weight. I don't want to do this. I just want to get this weight cut over with and be done. I got there and I was like, yeah, let's take these pictures. And I was like, hey, what are we doing? I'm about to cut weight. Y'all want to come video me while I do this? Like, we were like about it. We were laughing, even though I was like dying a little, you know what I'm saying? So it was just really cool. And then when it was time to like shut it off, I would go like read my book. I like to read books or play little games. I like to video game. So I have like little games on my phone and things like that. So just shutting it off to get out of like reality for a second, but more importantly, just enjoying every single moment that leads up to the fight, because that's why we're doing this. Yeah. Like, sometimes it's annoying, weight cut sucks, but this is what you signed up for. So enjoy it before you don't have it. You know what I mean?
No, I love you. I love to hear it, because this is how I know you've matured in your game. Like, it's always the more mature fighters and the ones that are more seasoned that I hear talk about this whole savoring the moment thing. And like, one of my good friends, Ashley Evans Smith, always talks about this. Like, she said
I
she
love
used
her.
to always. Oh, she says hi, by the way.
I love her.
Yeah, she loves you too. So she, going back to that, like, she always talks about this, and I always like to bring it up. Where she used to like put on, like, the music comes up, she used to sprint to the cage or like run to the cage, and now, like, the older she got, she's trying to more like, she walks slowly because she's taking it in, and appreciates it because she's getting a little older, and she's always like, she's dealt with her fair share of injuries, so she's like, this could be taken away from me like at any moment. And it just shows a level of maturity in your game. Also that you're unfazed, maybe like backstage, as unfazed as you can be, probably. So I think I like this going into PFL now, that you're like at the biggest, this is the biggest stage of your career at the moment. The biggest opportunity of your career, that you're at that level now,
Yes, 100%. I talk about it all the time, and everyone was like, when are you going to go to the UFC? I'm like, I would be happy if this is where I end up retiring. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm cool with this being it. Like, I've been through so many promotions, and some people are like, that's cool. That's a great experience. And I'm like, it is, but it's also like, man, I feel like I've been just kind of thrown around and this and that, but it is a great experience because I fought the best of all these promotions, which is awesome. You know what I'm saying? So it's been an experience, but it's really nice to finally be like, call a place home. You know what I mean? Like, and I felt like home. I felt like I've known these dudes for so long. I had this connection with all the camera crew already. Like, it's awesome. So it's just, everything's falling into place so perfectly. I just got to keep my mind straight and do what I'm supposed to do, keep training hard. And I just know that I could be this new division champ. You know what I'm saying? So that's the goal. Like, just keep my focus and stay strong and vision.
Yeah, and I definitely feel that. I feel this where, you know, the term journeyman or journeywoman, they you know, like, maybe you feel like you've been thrown in there like in different promotions without like long-term contracts, and now I get the sense as well that it's like, oh, you're one of the faces now, you know, like you are someone they want to build up also. Like, I mean, you got to build yourself up there, but like, you know, you know what I mean?
And
it's like,
that was all, like, I could have gone in and had a really crap attitude the whole time or whatever, and totally not made that connection with anybody. And who knows, you know what I mean? So it's just all about taking in the moment. And I don't think I appreciated that enough with all the other promotions, because it was so, like, the pressure was just too much in a sense, I felt like, because it was like, where am I going to end up? You know what I mean? That was always like, what's going to happen? But when I got to PFL, it wasn't even, because, like, what if I didn't get the contract? What if I even lost? You know what I mean? Like, that could have been the end of my career. Who knows? But I didn't feel that pressure when I got there. It was like, this is where I'm going to end up. Like, I just knew it. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. Like, it's awesome. So I'm excited to see.
Yeah. No, I think that ties into like a savoring the moment thing too. Maybe like all the pressure falls off because you're like, I'm in the moment. I'm just going to enjoy 100%. This. And it takes that off your back, you know? Yeah. So like, what were your feelings like? Where you were at in life before you got called up for this, or before you got this opportunity, and knowing that you were going to fight for the contract?
So I had that 18-second knockout, and I was a champ for a smaller promotion, a regional promotion, which is great. You know, but it's obviously never the end goal. I want to be a champ for a big promotion. So, you know, the goal was, okay, let's try to defend this belt a couple times and hopefully we get maybe a UFC call. But I was like, man, I really want to get this PFL call. And I told my coach that, and he knew. He was like, we're going to take whatever call we get at this point, because I am a little older and my record is a little shaky. But so it was kind of in the air. But the way my mind works, I'm like, anything's possible. Like, anything is just possible as long as you just keep reaching and keep going. Like, once you give up, obviously what can happen? Nothing. Like, you can't get anything from doing nothing. So I just kept going. I was like, let's just keep going. Let's just keep defending this belt. It's not the promotion I want to end up in. I was actually about to sign a 3-fight deal with this small promotion. And I was kind of like, I almost felt embarrassed, you know, but it wasn't nothing against Peak. Like I said, just with my age and just, I've already fought for Bellator. Like, I just felt like I just deserved better or more. But I was like, all right, well, let's sign this 3-fight deal with this small promotion. And again, I felt a little embarrassed, but I was like, we'll do it. And hopefully I win all 3 fights. And people are like, oh, she's on a streak now. And hopefully I'm getting finishes. But I didn't even get to that point. I got the call about PFL and I was like, this is it. Like, this is my moment. And I'm going to take it. And I'm going to do everything that I can to get to that end goal. And that's all that I'm going to focus on until it happens. And it's going to happen. I just know it.
Is that like, who's your management? Who are you with?
Sucker Punch.
Yeah, that's why. Okay. You know, Ashley. Yeah.
Ashley.
So, yeah, exactly. No, they do great things. They have a lot of champions with them now. So, and they take care of their fighters. I feel like no matter what, like,
I'm so sorry.
Promotion. Okay.
I was trying to. Yeah. I can hear you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. But they always take care of their fighter, like no matter where, like whether they go down to the regional scene again and everything. Like they have a network. Like everyone, I feel like, is taken care of there. So, you know, it's good. Well,
it's crazy because when I started fighting, I didn't know anything about like sponsors. I didn't know anything about I didn't know anything about like management. I didn't know. I was like doing this all on my own. And then I met my coach with Blitz MMA, and we like moved everything from Dallas to now where we live, Waco. And I instantly got in with my like manager. They were managing my teammate Haley, and they were like, yeah, we love her. She's a scrapper. Let's get her in. And as soon as they took me in, it was like they've known me their whole lives. Like they just took care of me so much. They got me in with LFA. They got me in. They were just, and I'm not saying they were the reason I was getting thrown around with the promotions, but they knew that I deserved better. So they were just trying to find me a way to keep climbing. And so, yeah, I love Sucker Punch. I've been with them now for like 4 to 5 years. You know, yeah. And it's crazy. There's so many of them. So like, I have like a connection with like certain ones for like different things. It's kind of funny, but I love them all that work there. They're great.
Oh, I'm always trying to learn because I just launched my management in October, November-ish, you know? And so I'm trying to like learn from everywhere, and I'm trying to learn from the fighter, especially like what do you look for? What are you missing? Why are you trying to leave your... Because I also have a UFC vet under me now that wanted to leave their management. Okay, I'm not going to name anything, but... so it's always interesting for me to look at those things, and the business side of things always interested me and intrigued me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like everything happens for a reason. I think activity is very important because did you fight Vita? I don't remember if it was before Bruna or after.
Before Bruna.
Before,
yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think because I watched the Vita one back, but I think the Bruna one is the one that stuck with me. And you wouldn't think that, but that's where I discovered and became a fan. Is
awesome.
From that one. So
I actually
everything
gained
happens
a lot
for a
of
reason.
friends, or I gained a lot of fans from that one that night because everyone thought I won that fight, but it was a very close fight. I watched it too, and it was very back and forth, so it could have been who knows. But
not robbery, but I thought you won too, but not a robbery like this. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was a hard one to judge. I understand why they gave it to her for sure. I should have definitely done more, but it was one of those things. Like it was mental. It was all mental. I could have, looking back at it, I know I could beat Bruna, you know, and then even Vita, like I love Vita. Vita's actually one of my favorite like opponents. Me and her like message each other all the time. Like go, like when she's got a fight, I'm like, go get him, Vita. You know what I mean? I'm always rooting for her because she really was the one that changed me as a fighter. Like
it seems that way.
Fight, yeah, no, she did. And I talk about it all the time. Like she was the one who completely changed me as a fighter. Just my like confidence alone, because I'm like, man, and like because she fought, I can't remember, she fought number 7 in Bellator and completely destroyed this chick. I mean like cut her open. I think she finished her with the guillotine.
Oh, that was the last one.
Like, yeah, her last.
Oh my god, yeah fight. We posted that
so good. I mean, she looked amazing, and I'm just like, did she fight me like that, bro? I'm just like, what the heck,
like, oh,
dude?
man.
And like, I think about it, I'm like, man, like I'm a bomb. Like I am the bomb. Like I'm a bad bitch,
hell yeah.
You know, and I was like, I hung with this chick. Like I hung with this badass fighter who's out here destroying chicks. And like she didn't destroy me. She almost knocked me out. She did knock me down with the punch, but like she didn't cut me like that. She didn't like make me look like a dummy. You know what I'm saying? Like I went in there, we looked like fighters in there. So I'm just like, she changed me, and it just makes me like proud to know that I went in there and hung with someone like Vita, because Vita is one of the best in my opinion. Like, so yeah, it's
I see her fight for a title soon.
She changed me as a fighter. And so like, I have nothing but respect for her. I appreciate her so much. So yeah, for sure.
That is amazing. Yeah. And another stud, like, you were going to fight Chelsea Hackett. Like, I just forgot to ask this. Like, what did the opponent change do to you at such short notice? Like, did it throw you off at all? Did you get more confident, less confident? Is it, yeah.
At first I was just happy I even got an opponent, because I think it happened like I had a week and a half notice or whatever. So I was like, am I getting an opponent? Is this opportunity about to just slip through my fingers right now? Like what, God. You know? So I was like super nervous. I wasn't even about to fight, but then I got the name. And what's funny is I was actually given the name Mara. I always think I'm butchering, but Mazar. That's who Peak wanted me to defend my title from.
Oh,
which is hilarious. But she said no, because she wanted to try to stay at 115. But then she got this opportunity to fight for PFL. She said, of course, because who's going to say no to trying to win contract? So it's kind of crazy. It all kind of full circled anyways, because I did like research on her for Peak, and then she said no. So I was like, okay. But anyways, I was super prepared to fight Chelsea because we were training hard for her, and she's a great striker. Like, I have so much respect for her striking. So we were working hard on all of that. And I know her jiu-jitsu, I mean, it's good, but it's not her best. So we were definitely like trying to play off that a lot, and her ground, but we were ready for her, and I know I'll see her in the future. So I'm excited for that fight.
When she got signed too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so
everybody's mad about it, but whatever.
Are they? Well, yeah. I mean, I think like maybe you should fight her there.
Yeah, it's whatever. I was like, it is what it is. She's probably just one of those people that they want to build the division. She's young, so I don't see, why not. And she was supposed to be in the tournament, so who knows what could have happened. But yeah, I think that it would be a good fight for us to like start it off and get going, and even fighting in off season for PFL would be a good fight, So yeah. I know I'm going to meet her one day in the cage, so I'm ready for it. I'm ready for her.
Oh, yeah,
for
that's
sure.
gonna be exciting.
Yeah, definitely ready for her.
So what are some of the really hard lessons that you've learned about this game over these years?
It is really a mental sport, and like getting control of your mentality is like the biggest thing, I think, for anybody who's thinking about getting into this or in it now and debating on quitting. I can't tell you how many times I've debated on quitting this, just because it's all in here. Like, it really is. It's it'll drain you, it'll hurt you, it really will. It'll break your heart, but it'll also be the most rewarding and amazing thing you've ever done in your life, if you just keep going. So it really is all about mentality and how you take it day by day. You're going to have your bad days. I have too many probably, but that's what it is. Like, for me, I usually am the nail in practice a lot. I'm the smaller one. You know what I mean? And so it's sometimes I'm like, do I want to do this? I keep losing. Am I going to lose in the fight? Because I keep losing in training, but that's what makes the fights easy. You know what I'm saying? And like, it took me a long time to figure that out. And so instead of showing up to practice, like, well, I'm going to lose again today, I show up to practice and I'm like, I'm ready to learn today. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a difference now that I don't think of, I'm going to go lose to my teammates. I'm like, what can my teammates show me today that I'm going to fix? And you know what I'm saying? So completely different mindset. And I think that was the hardest thing for me to overcome, was my mentality. But I think these last few fights, it's definitely shown. And I just keep planning on building off that for sure.
Yeah, that's definitely the same mindset you have towards Vita. Actually, it's funny.
Yeah.
I have this feeling. I hadn't sparred in a while, and then the other day, like actually the day we were supposed to interview, actually the day before that, I sparred again. It was just like 18-year-old, super tall, like 6. So I'm a tall guy. Like I'm almost 6'1". The guy was 6'4".
Oh wow!
And he's like 18 years old. I remember him coming in the gym like a year and a half ago, and I taught him some pointers. He knew nothing. But for 1.5 years, he's consistently been training, and he's training to fight. So I'm like, he's like, yeah, let's have a little spar, and I was like, cardio kind of like let me down, when we did 3 rounds. Yeah, I'm like, I feel like I was happy.
That's the first thing to go. If you're not consistent, you'll find out real quick. Your cardio is what needs work for sure.
And I never felt older than when he said, like, he's like, how old are you? I'm like, I'm 30 years old. He's like, oh, you're in great shape. I'm like, I never felt older though, the way he said that.
Seriously, ouch.
And but at first I felt terrible about it because I couldn't, like, okay, defensively I was really sharp, but I couldn't land on the kid. The range, it's so difficult. And then I run into him.
If you don't keep it up, I mean, muscle memory is a thing, but like, you've got to stay consistent. It's such a big factor in all of it. Like, consistency is key, and that sounds so cliche, but it's true.
But yesterday I ran into him again, and he's like, you know what? So this whole like the last few days, I've just been thinking about that session the whole time. Like, this 18-year-old.
Oh yeah.
18-year-old kid, I need to get him back.
It'll eat you
How
alive.
could I not get in him? Yeah. But then I ran into him the other day, and he's like, bro, like, we should spar more often because like you're one of the most technical guys I've sparred with, and I found it hard to hit you. I'm like, oh, I guess we focus too much on the negatives.
Always.
That we don't even see the positive side of things, like, yeah. I felt like I
Yeah,
couldn't
like I
land on him, but
started
he also felt
recording
like he couldn't land on me.
Yes, yeah. No, and you don't think about it because it's like you think, and that's how it was in the fight. Like the first thing after my last fight,
Mhm.
I went straight to the back, grabbed my phone, and I texted my coach, and I was like, "I'm so sorry, coach. That was a shitty performance." He was like, "You were a clown. Are you okay? Like, what is wrong with you? Go enjoy your win. You did amazing." He was like, "That was the best performance you've ever done, like you've had so far." And I'm just like, "Really?" And then I go back and watch it, and I'm like, "Yeah, it was good, but I still see the things that need work, you know." But I'm like, I still try to like enjoy that process. That man, I've come a long way, and you can see that in this fight. So it's like you can just see the confidence, and you can see just like, you know, my energy and everything like that. So it was really cool to see that. But it's also like I'm seeing all these little mistakes and stuff. So it's like, you know, you're always going to be your worst critic, but that's good. You know, that means you want to keep getting better and keep learning. And that's what I take from, I've started recording myself in my spar sessions, even though, again, usually I'm the nail, but I pick apart those things that I'm doing really well and then the things that I'm not, and how can I make them better, and how can it make me an all around better MMA fighter. So again, it's all about your mentality. Mentality is everything.
Oh, yeah.
It took me so long to figure that out in the sport.
Yeah, like I was dating a fighter, and we would look at her like spars and everything, and she'd always think she did so bad. I'm like, no, but look, I had to always pinpoint like the good things, and then she would start seeing it more like that. Like I'm like, look at this one from 2 months ago, and then this one you have now. Look at the difference in the in those specific areas, and like I think it's human nature to be too perfectionist, especially when you're close to great fighters. I always say, I think for me, it's like I have too many friends that are high level fighters that I compare myself to them, and I'm not a career fighter. And I watch so much fighting that I'm like, if I don't look good like that, I feel bad. Like I'm like, no, I shouldn't. Like these people, this is their life. You know, like I don't have to look like that. Yeah. So
yeah, it's hard. It's hard to like, yeah, for sure.
What are you doing when you kick back? Kind of like when you're like
off season?
Aside from the eating, yeah, off season, yeah.
Really, I mean, I'm still training. Obviously, I'm not going to stop training, but I train every day still. And then usually I'm gaming, video game with my fiance. We're gamers. Or I'll read. I like reading books. And then I have a dog. I walk my dog a lot. We go on trails. I can't wait for summertime because we go to the lake a lot. I actually like to fish. I kayak fish. Me and my fiance. I used to be on a kayak fishing team like 10 years ago. So yeah, but little things like that. Yeah, I really don't kick back too much, but when I do, it's like hard kick back. It's like nerd stuff for sure. And then my dog needs to have his adventure time. So he's a swimmer. My dog loves to swim. So we'll be in that lake and fetching and all that stuff. So
yeah, so I like hiking with the dog the other day. Like
you said,
oh,
yeah, yeah.
What's your favorite food? Like what would be the thing you would order tonight?
Girl, I mean, I love food, don't get me wrong, but this last camp, I wasn't craving anything but like, I wanted like a fat, like cupcake or something like ice cream. I've eaten so much ice cream since my fight. Oh, it's not good. I need to quit. But yeah, ice cream is my thing right now. But yeah, like I love like pizza. I had a pizza. Chinese food, sushi. I know sushi's healthy, so I'm like, I've been eating sushi still. But yeah, like my weakness is like candy and sweets and cupcakes and all that stuff. It's so bad.
Funny, that's a tendency I'm noticing.
Sugar is literally like drugs. Sugar is so bad.
It is drugs. Yeah.
It is like cocaine for your brain.
Yeah. Well, I'd rather be on that than, you know. Yeah.
That's the only thing I was craving. That was sweet sugar. I wanted sugar so bad. So yeah, I gotta get that out.
Maybe I get more of a sweet tooth if I was like cutting weight and stuff like that. I'll probably get more of a sweet tooth, but it's a tendency. I notice it a lot more in female fighters are usually craving more sweet stuff, and then male fighters are usually craving like burgers and pizzas and stuff like that.
Yeah, so that's true. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. That's how my teammate is. My teammate usually she craves sweets like I do. So yeah, that's funny that you mention it.
Yeah, you got a buddy to go out with then. Like
yeah, that's true. I was like, can't wait to get some wine and a Dr. Pepper with you.
Oh man, Dr. Pepper, Jesus, he just reminded me.
So good.
Oh man, I'm gonna put this clip out right now because I always talk about the American Dr. Pepper was so different than anywhere else, and it was my addiction was like the fountain Dr. Peppers at those fast food restaurants. I just kept having it. It's not good.
Maybe that's why I'm so addicted, because they probably put something crazy in it. No, in America,
but the Vegas one actually has cocaine in it. Like I think.
I bet they put cocaine in everything to keep the city alive, to be honest.
Yeah. They put cocaine in their strippers. I know that. But
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%. They need that to survive.
Oh, for sure. Not throwing any shade.
No shame at all.
No,
like
no
y'all
shade.
go, y'all are beasts.
Go ahead,
Better
dude.
you than
Like,
me,
yeah.
because
Yeah.
I can't. I love my sleep. I can't do that.
So about video games though, what are you playing?
We play Call of Duty, Warzone, and Modern Warfare. We play
Nice.
multiplayer. We play Fortnite. I play like Little Nightmares, like platform games. We play Red Dead Redemption. We play a bunch of stuff, honestly. Yeah, like we just love gaming. We have PS4s, and we're trying to save up to get PS5. So we're
Same.
we're like trying to like scrape. We're like, we need PS5s, and we're trying to get we want to eventually stream, which would be fun. So
Oh, you should. Yeah.
Yeah, because we're funny. We play like the dumbest games sometimes too, and just like we're like, cussing each other out and cracking up. So I think it'd be fun to like.
Dude, that would be great. Like together.
Right? Wouldn't that
We should
be
do
fun?
it together. Yeah. Just
Yeah,
someone to play off of.
especially like we're a couple, and he's a fighter too. So both fighters, and we're both gamers. So it'd be cool. So we're gonna try to get that going soon. And yeah, we play everything though. So if y'all ever have suggestions, throw them at me.
So you'll try get like that's a lot of streamers kind of do the thing where they try games and they get suggestions and they try them out and people like to see them try it and their initial reactions and stuff like that. Yeah.
Always, we're always down to try new games for sure.
Yeah. So what is it like dating another fighter? Like the fighters dating each other? I guess it's always more interesting to ask when one of them is not a fighter. But like,
yeah, people think that it would be like you would bump heads, which we do obviously, but you bump heads if you're not fighters, right? Like that's just human nature. Like you're gonna bump heads with someone you're with 24/7. But yeah, no, it's amazing because I actually have someone there who can like understand what I'm going through and understand the process. We practice together, train together, so it's not like we're technically always away from each other. We're in each other's corners, so that helps a lot too with like, again, not having to like be away with each other and stuff, because we understand what each other's going through. Like when we're weight cutting and I get like super snappy at him or whatever, he understands why, or vice versa. Like it's nothing personal. So it's really nice because like I feel like a lot of people that date like non-fighters, like it's hard for the non-fighter to understand, like, you know what I mean? Like the sacrifice and everything that it takes. So it is I couldn't imagine without him, like anything, like it would be so impossible, I think. Yeah. And I think it would be really hard just having a partner who doesn't do the same thing too, because I just don't think they would understand. You know what I mean? So it's amazing. And we get to spar each other, which is like couples therapy.
That's so much fun. Yeah.
It's so fun. Like who doesn't want to hit their couple, like, a good punch one time? Come on.
Dude, without calling the cops,
You're lying if you say you don't want to hit your loved one. Come
exactly.
on.
It's not even politically incorrect. Like that's that Bill Burr skit. I don't know if you've ever watched that.
I don't watch him a lot. I watch clips, but yeah, I like
where he's
Bill
like,
Burr.
no reason, but the audacity to suggest there's no reason to want to hit your woman. Like, that's crazy. You don't do
There's
it,
no
but
reason.
but there is a
Sometimes
reason.
I'll just like pull my fiance's hair, and he's like, I could have just used a kiss instead of that. I'm like, I don't know why. I just wanted to pull your hair. I don't know. It's like, I don't know, but it's like, you cannot tell me like you don't want to just one time, you know what I mean? So
yeah, dude, I've thought about
it. It's
it.
fun to like put on gloves and put on headgear.
Yeah.
Okay, we can't get hurt, so like let's do this and throw down and and throw down on each other. It's fun. So it's good times. Good times.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna probably end up dating a couple more fighters at the same time, because I also enjoy just like watching them on a Saturday with someone who knows what they're talking about. That's so much fun.
That's true too. That's important too. Like, and we do enjoy watching fights and like discussing and stuff. So yeah, it's fun.
Does he do the thing where like, because I do this all the time, I'm like, yeah, so this one, like, I think your style could really work, like, look like her, for example. If you work on this, like, you can be like her, and like sort of compare.
No, he tells me that I could beat up everybody every time we watch girl
You're
fights.
not like anyone.
He's so biased. He's like, you could beat her up, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. You're talking about someone who's been doing the world champ over here, but okay, yeah, he's so biased. He thinks I could beat anybody. But that's good. Yeah, it's sweet. And like he probably truly does think that, because he really does believe in me like a huge amount. So it's pretty awesome.
Oh, I guarantee it. As a guy too, like having dated fighters is like, I always actually believed it when I said it. I don't if I don't believe something, I'm not gonna say it. I just don't mention it. I'm not gonna say, oh, you can't. I'm just gonna not mention it. But if I mention it, I mean it.
That's awesome. Good to know.
Yeah. Yeah. Last few things. Okay. What are your thoughts on the influencer fighting and what it does to self-promotion? Because I have strong ideas about it.
You mean like Jake Paul?
Yeah, like that whole scene that came up, like the whole and them making so much
So,
money, and sort of
well, he was already making so much money, so I'm just like, what is the point? At first, you know what I mean? Like, I hated him. I'm not gonna lie, I hated him. I hated all of it. I thought it was super dumb. But at the end of the day, the promotions need to get paid too. You know what I'm saying? Like, how are they going to pay fighters? And obviously, some of the fighters aren't getting paid even a drop of what these influencers are getting paid. But we signed up for this. We have to build our career too. We have to build our name. We have to. This is what I mean. This is show business too. It is. It is what it is. Like, no matter where you go, UFC, Bellator, PFL, one. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it is business. It's all about like the business, the in factor. Promotion has to get paid to pay fighters. Fighters have to fight and put on a show to get paid. So that's what it is. And at first I hated Jake Paul, but then when I started seeing him, like, he wants to get like healthcare and health insurance for fighters. He wants to start paying fighters more. And then he got signed to PFL, and I'm like, oh, this is big for PFL. Like, this is huge.
All right. So why did that just slip my mind?
Like, but then like now I'm like, hell yeah, because that's good for me.
It's good for you.
So yeah,
you can have healthcare.
Brings more people, brings more money. Maybe he ends up like loving my fight style and wants to like promote me more. Who knows? You know what I mean? It could be a lot to open for me. So I love it. I'm excited. I can't wait to see what happens about it. So I'm kind of pumped for sure.
Yeah, everybody's kind of wondering what's going to happen there. Like,
yeah,
I think like, because for me, it's like when fighters say, I just fight and I'm a fighter, I don't do the social media thing. I just released a clip the other day. I'm like talking about it, like, you have to sell your product. Like, social media, like promoting yourself and marketing is part of your job. This is part of your job. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, like every company, if you see yourself as a business, has a marketing department, stuff like that. So, yeah. Anyway, more of that. Okay, let's do some fan questions before I let you go. There's a couple of people that were curious about a couple of things. And let's start with New York Rennie 3. What is your most embarrassing moment ever in fighting?
Well, the last fight, my breast almost came out because her whole hand was stuck in.
Oh wait, the ref had to come. Just true, I remember now.
Yeah, and she hit me. She low kicked me, and that was embarrassing.
I think I heard you say like, I got hit in the coochie or something like that.
That's never happened before. And then it just kind of blurted out my mouth too. It was like instant, like I totally forgot where I was. I thought I was just hanging out with the homies kind of thing, and it slipped out. So that was embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know if it was embarrassing. It was hilarious to me. I was like, I was
okay,
like,
good.
I love this.
A lot of people said that. They were getting a good laugh out of it. So I'm like, all right, we're good. Okay.
Just the way it dealt with it mid situation, and then like high five again, like whatever.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we laughed it off. So I was like, okay, hopefully I didn't embarrass myself too much.
Yeah. Yoshi Panoshi, who is on your Mount Rushmore of MMA? So that would be 4 names, right?
I guess so. GSP, Mighty Mouse, Rose, probably Amanda Nunes. Yeah,
dominance. Yeah. Mr. Music Army always asks the music question. What music are you listening to while warming up and before walking to the cage?
So it depends. I am my genres. I mean, you can ask anybody who's been in a car with me for a while. It is all over the place. I listen to like classical, rap, some country, some bluegrass, like all kinds of metal, all kinds of things. So it just depends. This last time I didn't listen to anything at all, like not even a little bit. I put my podcast on and my headphones on and started listening to Theo Von. You know who Theo Von is?
Oh man, dude, I watched him live in Amsterdam here.
Yeah, I love him. And so I was listening to him just to kind of take my mind somewhere else. Yeah. So sometimes that's what I do too. Like before one of my fights with Combate, I was literally reading a book right before my fight. Like, so sometimes I like to just take my mind somewhere right before the fight just to kind of, be somewhere else for a second.
This whole like stoicism, because I'd like to practice stoicism a lot. Yeah,
just to break it up for a second, take off the pressure, and then let's get it back.
Oh yeah. Dude, maybe I'll clip that too and like tag Theo. Let's see if he becomes a fan. You know?
Oh, that'd be awesome. I'm such a huge fan of him. I've been trying to see him live for so long, but I just haven't been able to link up. So
Here's your
one
chance
day.
to call him out. Call him out.
Theo, please send me tickets. They're too expensive, but I love you. I love you.
This is the next PFL champion. Come on.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. He loves MMA too, which is awesome. So
yeah, that's what. Yeah, he would probably get some attention to that. The fake Marlon Vera. Do you feel any connection to your Latino side? And does it motivate you for fighting? I guess they mean.
Oh yeah, huge.
Yeah.
I am such a I told my poor fiance, I'm like, I don't know if I can like completely change my last name. You know, I'm such a like Yanez all day. Obviously, I'm gonna take his last name, but I'm gonna keep mine too. So
you're gonna do the dual one.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yanez Guzman. But yeah, like sometimes I forget that I'm white. I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't ever claim it, but I am totally half white. My mom was very white and my dad was Mexican. But I don't know Spanish because again, my mom was white and she didn't know Spanish. So we didn't speak Spanish in my house, which I'm so ashamed of. And I'm actually wanting to learn it so bad. I'm very, very proud of where I come from. And, you know, one day I want to be better at presenting that, but I just feel so bad that I can't even speak Spanish. So I don't want to be holding a Mexican flag when I can't even communicate with my, you know what I mean, my Latinos and stuff. So I'm just like, I really want to one day learn and just be like proud and like be like, I am Mexican and white and this is who I am. And, you know, my dad was very proud of it. And yeah. And I think that's where I get like this, like, you know, I got those Mexican hands and like those Yanez hands and stuff, that Yanez blood. So
walking people down.
Very proud. I talk about it all the time. I'm like, I got that Yanez blood. So yeah, I'm very proud of it.
You're friends with Adrian Yanez? Well, he's from Texas. I just remembered.
We're not friends. We are friends on social media and we always comment on each other's posts and we always hashtag Yanez every time. We're like Yanez and we'll like fire or whatever, but we always commenting on each other's posts because we have the same last name. I don't know if we're related, but I'm gonna say yeah.
Yeah, probably. So fighting style wise, say I think. I mean, like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say yes. He's my cuz.
There's everyone in those, like, I'm half Arabic too. We have the same kind of culture where it's like, everyone is everyone's cousin then, you know, especially if they have the last name, same
That's
last
what
name.
I'm saying.
Yeah. I'll just ask one more. There's just a few, but the last one is Book of Kenna. What is your TV guilty pleasure?
Guilty pleasure. So that would mean, I don't know. I love Jersey Shore.
That's everyone. I know. that's a common one. Is it? Like, yeah, I guess it's not too bad.
It's not too bad. And I also watch like weird like cake making shows. Like I'm an old lady, you know what I mean? Like old lady shows, like those baking shows. I love that. Yeah. I love those. Those are so good.
There's actually a fishing show that people were into here. Like, I don't know, like a lot of people were. I was surprised were into it too. Like you would probably enjoy that. Yeah. Yeah. I'll find out what it is. But
I have like everything else. And I'm such a true crime horror. I'm like, I really don't watch anything but horror. Like my poor fiance, he has like nightmares every night because I'll put on a show and I'll try. And if there's not like blood or guts in the first like 10 minutes, I'm like, I'm done. I don't want to watch it. It was boring.
Wait, did you like, what did you think of Dahmer? Dahmer had a lot of blood and guts in a weird way.
Oh, I love that show. It was so sad. Oh, so good. He did such a good job. But yeah, I'm such a I love shows like that that are like traumatizing. I don't know why.
Like so sad, so good.
So sad, so good. Horror, blood, guts. That's really usually what I watch. Guilty pleasure wise though, I don't know. Yeah, that's about all.
Jersey Shore would be it.
Yeah.
Well, Desiree, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Link up for the next one before your next fight, the first one on PFL officially. Yeah. Do you have any messages
to share? Some news about that. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you guys.
All right. Desiree Yanez.